Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Found some interesting stuff again. Today I would like to share on Stellar and Ripple connections. Again, I found it pretty interesting going through articles, and it stumbled upon something that just kept releasing more information like dominoes falling. Right into the article, the Stellar marks the first major release of open source API with Horizon 1.0. This is a new article from this year, on February 25th. And as you get into the article, the Stellar, the powerful open source blockchain for payments, announced today the release of Horizon 1.0. The first major release of its open source API. Horizon was first originated back in 2015. Since then, it has had 24 minor release versions. Horizon is an HTTP API server. It makes it easy for users to interact with the Stellar network without having to worry about low-level details. It exposes multiple endpoints that are optimized to allow users to perform actions such as submitting a transaction to the network, read information about the current state of the ledger, like an account's balance, explore historical data, like the transactions an account has submitted to the network. Horizon sits between services on Stellar, the wallet, asset issuer, payment provider, and a Stellar core node. And here you have a little example on the center of the screen if you're watching. I'm going to cruise right through it really quick. Horizon is designed to allow developers to submit transactions and efficiently consume network data. It takes XDR data from Stellar core and decodes it into JSON. Stellar SDKs are typically set up to poll Horizon's endpoints. The SP projects building on Stellar aren't constantly asking Stellar Core questions. That means Stellar Core can focus on the hard work of consensus and ledger ratification. Horizon, meanwhile, can focus on providing answers that are efficient and ergonomic. And what makes this a major release is back in August, Stellar introduced a new system for handling ingestion. It has big advantage over the old ingestion system. It's more consistent and developer friendly. It allows the user configuration and doesn't overtax the Stellar core. Eventually, the plan is to move over to it completely. And then you have a little comment here. With the old ingestion system, Horizon knew about the past, but not about the present. When you asked Horizon about historical transaction payments and trades, it could find answers on its own database. If, however, you wanted to know something about the current state of the ledger and accounts balance and open offers, Horizon didn't know. It had to consult Stellar Core's database. The new ingestion system gives Horizon access to a full copy of the ledger state built using history archives and then dynamically updated, which means it can now see the present as well as the past. As a result, it's more capable, more efficient, and less dependent on Stellar Core. The API, just for explanation on that, the application for programming interface. It's a computing interface to a software component or a system that defines how other components or systems can use it. Just to be clear for the new investors, or to make sure you understand what's going on. The blockchain cloud platform Simba Chain integrates Stellar. And we're going to get into a few articles of why I find this very interesting. The cloud-based blockchain service, the BOZ solution from Simba Chain, this week is releasing its next version, which features the coupling of the Stellar blockchain payment network for cross-asset transfers with Simba Chain's private permissioned Ethereum network for the supply chain. This article is from last year, but the reason I find this very, very interesting is through Simba, you have the connection again, as we've stated on this channel, of Ripple, Stellar, and Ethereum running the new financial system as the most important on the new financial system. So here you have the Simba chain. You already have Stellar now connected to Ethereum, and shortly we're going to bring in Ripple. So it's very exciting. The simple business transactions such as wiring funds and managing transactions are anything but simple. The lack of visibility masks all type of errors and inefficiencies and is very harmful to business. The Stellar Network is a distributed blockchain-based ledger and database that facilitates cross-asset transfers of value such as payments. It allows banks to use fiat currency to transfer funds to another currency or use Stellar's native currency. Lumen's making the transfer of US dollars to euros or to another currency simple and without having to support all currencies, which is difficult to do. Adding Stellar to Simba Chain's BOS model will make it easy to create custom blockchain dApps for banks. In today's global markets, relying on EDI to electronically manage supply chain transactions creates more issues than it solves. Our new release will enable manufacturers to manage transactions like purchase orders, bills of lading, shipment notices, and invoices and verify payments concurrently via Stellar's public payment network. It's a killer solution, and the reason Simba Chain is developing the next generations of APIs that will make it easy for users, enterprises, and governments to adopt blockchain for their supply chain. Another cool thing with Simba is it's the integrating with the Unity 3D plugin to enable blockchain gaming development. And if you're familiar with gaming, it's a pretty big deal. So now that we know Simba has integrated Stellar and we know it connects with Ethereum, now it's in the gaming, and also Quant Network and Simba Chain combined for interoperable smart contracts. So now you see they're connected to Quant. Simba Chain awarded $9.5 million from the U.S. Navy to deploy blockchain secure messaging solution. There's something I want to get down into this article that I think is very exciting, and I believe you will too. Simba Chain is one of the first blockchain solution providers to the U.S. military, beginning with deploying blockchain at full scale with the Navy. We already know that the Navy is working directly with Ripple on their new microchip as well. We're supporting the DoD's vision and Simba Chain's expertise through Microsoft's Azure, the vast cloud infrastructure and ability to scale globally, quickly, reliably, and securely. Microsoft Azure leads the industry with over 90 compliance offerings, meeting a broad set of international and industry-specific regulatory standards. Advancing the implementation of the Navy's messaging platform presents a unique opportunity to transform the industry surrounding sensitive information at a time when data security is paramount. That is from Tom Keem, the Corporate Vice President at Azure Global at Microsoft. Microsoft's Marley Gray, Ripple, and ILP will be the fabric of multi-chain future. Right into the article, there won't be one blockchain to rule them all, says Marley Gray, who leads Microsoft Azure's blockchain as a service BOS initiative. Marley is the Director of Technology Strategy for Financial Services in the U.S. at Microsoft. He also runs the company's innovative labs in New York City. Microsoft made a splash recently when they announced their first BOS offering in Ethereum on their Azure cloud platform. Then last week, Microsoft unveiled a partnership with Ripple. So that's really all I wanted to get into these articles today. I wanted to show again and again in all of my research for over 6 months, Ripple, Stellar, and Ethereum are absolutely connected on the new financial system. Everywhere I look, it's right there in front of my face. It's easy to find. Just a little bit of research. Obviously, we on this channel do a lot of deep research, but we find it everywhere. So we know, as they even said here, this is back from 2015, as Brad Garlinghouse says, there won't be one blockchain to rule them all, stated by Marley Gray, who leads Microsoft Azure's blockchain, the BOS initiative. So they would agree at Marley Gray would agree with Microsoft and Brad Garlinghouse in the statement that there will not be one blockchain to rule them all. Again, guys, we've shown, and I'm extremely excited with the fact that Ripple, Stellar, and Ethereum over and over and over again are the three who will definitely rule them all. So it won't be one, but it seems there will be three. I want to finish off this video with a reminder that it's not financial advice. It's just entertainment purposes only. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Much love to all of you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.